Yes, I am. Got a lot to give to you, girl. Take me as I am. Let everybody get into position, session, time for collision, just in case anybody's asking, them call me Mr. Romantic, climb myself to make it rich, righteous, let's say I did preach, totally you compliment me, said now you in my eyes, don't stick to girl. Take me as I am, got a lot to give to you, girl. Take me as I am. Yo, I really do so many damn things for you. Feeling inside, I ain't no feet to let go. Yeah, anywhere that you go, I just on a home for you. Do you hear me? Oh no, no, do you hear me? Stay clear.
Hello guys, welcome to Boxing Blog Center, the home of Nigerian African boxing. And please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button right now. We are F in life. I don't want to use that word because YouTube right now they are very strict and we have to definitely respect the guidelines and stuff. So let's get straight to it right here. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder is hungry again. Wilder was also very happy with his last performance. Of course, he wanted the win but didn't get it. And the rumor has it that Wilder is ready to go again. And I guess Wilder's gonna be visiting Nigeria first. Afterwards, I don't know, man. Let's hear from him right now. He said, I quote right here, I'm still in love with the sport of boxing. I do still have goals in the sport. I'm looking to accomplish the goals that I still have left. I broke my hand, so I'm in the healing process right now. After this, I'm looking to get right back into it. You can actually tell that he broke his hand. He wasn't letting his right hand go after round, I think round 6 or so. You can actually tell. Anyway. But it's very interesting to see that Wilder is being very real, very calm, very humble in defeat. I mean, his critics are going to be surprised right now. So he continued to say, I'm doing great. We didn't get what we wanted, but I think we got something even bigger out of it. Besides just a victory, no complaints at all. We just move forward. This is just the beginning. The best is yet to come from me. Wilder being very confident. I think I like this kind of Wilder, bro. So, look at the bros. Wilder is hungry again. What do you make of this, Adewale?
What's up, bro?
I'm good, brother.
It's my audio. I'm in a loud space, man. My audio might be
everything good, bro. Everything good.
Oh, perfect, man. Hey, shout out to my guy Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. To this day, man, win, lose or draw, Wilder needs to understand that he has supporters, man. People like me will support Wilder, win, lose or draw. I don't care, man. The guy is a great personality. He's a good fighter. He has given us a great trilogy. He has been an extremely exciting fighter. Each time this guy stepped in the ring, guaranteed you're going to touch the canvas. Bro, as a professional, every single person that Deontay Wilder faced got dropped. Bro, that is epic, man. So, man, I love Wilder. I wish him nothing but the best. If he decides to retire, I support him. If he decides to come back, I support him. But I have something to say, man. Deontay, bro, I don't know if you still have that good chin, man, but because Deontay always had a good chin, right? This guy in the heavyweight division, I mean, it did not really get chained by too many people. I remember he got chained by Eric Molina. That wobbled him a little bit, but he came back, knocked Molina out. Then Bermain Stiverne, the first time they fought, Stiverne tried as much as possible to chin Deontay. Nothing. No wobbling, no nothing, man. Yeah, I remember Steven caught Deontay with a nice left hook in like the 10th round, the 9th or 10th round in the first fight. And nothing, man. Deontay still kept on boxing, outboxed Steven to the victory. And then Deontay fought Luis Ortiz. We all know what happened. The first fight, round 7, Ortiz wobbled Deontay. He survived. And Deontay took about 40 punches unanswered. And he survived. He didn't get dropped. So Deontay always showed that he had a good chin. Now, after Tyson Fury, the second fight, he had a dent in his head. His ear was bleeding, nose bleeding, mouth bleeding, everywhere bleeding, bro. And then that did not look good, man. I was really concerned. So Deontay said, I'm going to come back and fight this guy again. I don't care, man. I'm going to kill this guy. Bro, that shows the heart of a lion. And he proved that in the third fight against Fury. He got that same dent. He got that same ear bleeding again. He was badly hurt. He got dropped twice. He eventually got knocked out. But my man was still coming forward. Man, that guy has showed me what they call heart. The definition of a true warrior in boxing. That's what Deontay Wilder is. So I have nothing but respect for Wilder. And like I said, if it decides to continue, yes, keep it going. I just hope you don't get touched again on that side of your temple where the dent is. I'm being honest right now, man. If Deontay was my brother, my own blood brother, or my son, if Deontay was my family member, I would be, I would consider the millions of dollars that he's going to get paid for getting in the ring, risking his life to entertain us. I would consider the money. Plus, if Deontay Wilder still has the same mindset of not giving a damn if he gets killed in the ring, if he still has the same mindset of, I'm ready to die in this ring, then so be it, bro. I'm not going to stop a man from following his heart desires, right? But as my family member, I might advise him against, bro, maybe you need to, chill. But, I'm not a boxer. I'm not a warrior. I'm just a fan, okay? And I feel like Deontay can do whatever he wants to do. He has my support, period.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Let's go, bro. Yeah, Jack Bird to give his take.
Yes, bro. Thank you. What are we talking about? Wilder, right?
Yes, brother.
You know what I did while I said is correct. Everything that he said is correct. Like I said, I'm not here to bash Wilder. Those days are over. I'm not like these guys anymore, man. I fully enjoyed his last fight. He proved that he has heart. He proved a lot of things. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way everybody saw how it should have went, and the way Wilder's team, how they saw it should have went. It didn't go that way, But in all honesty, he did what he had to do, and it really put a spark on the heavyweight division, and got a lot of people talking. I'm glad, he's gonna be back in the mix, and there's a lot of talks on who he's gonna be fighting. Like I said, I honestly believe he's gonna be more dangerous than ever. The guy was not afraid to go for it and get knocked out. I 100% believe he's just gonna be that much dangerous for anybody now. That like I said, if you get knocked out and you show that you're not afraid to get knocked out, bro. Those are the kind of fighters you want to be afraid of, because they'll throw everything at you, and the only way you have to stop them is to knock them out. They're gonna keep throwing everything at you, and you have to knock them out. Much like I've been saying with Dillian White. You would think since Povetkin knocked him out very devastatingly, he'll be gun shy, he'll be afraid of Povetkin, but he's not, man. He went in there and did what he had to do, and really went in there, and took him out. People say, "Oh, Povetkin is old," blah 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 blah. But hey, man, somebody just had a draw with Povetkin before getting to Dillian White. But we're gonna get to that guy pretty soon. But the Deontay Wilder coming back is good because he's ranked number 1 in the WBC. So, which means I don't know who the number 2 is. He's gonna be fighting very soon, and I'm 100% sure he's gonna be fighting for another belt real soon too. Man, those guys below Deontay Wilder have a lot of work to do. I'll tell you that much, man. It's not going to be an easy fight, man. If Deontay, let's just hope Deontay Wilder don't touch them like he did. I keep laughing at this thing, man. The way he did Dominic Brazil, that guy's never been the same after that, man. It's just crazy to me that Deontay Wilder changed that guy. You know, that guy has never been the same. So, like I said, those guys going against Deontay Wilder below him, because Deontay Wilder is number one right now. He's ranked number one, which means one of these guys is going to have to challenge him. If they don't do that, or if they do that, it's going to be a problem, and they better be ready for him. I see an extremely hungry Deontay Wilder who lost all the belt, you know, so there's some talks of him fighting Andy Ruiz. Man, I can only see this guy getting knocked out very disgustingly, just like the way he got knocked out by the way he gets touched up easily. I can see Deontay Wilder putting this guy to sleep easily, very easy too. But that's where I'm gonna end it with this topic of Wilder.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate your take on this, guys. You heard it from our brothers, Tajagbe and Adewale. Stay tuned for more exclusive right here. So let's get to next subject has to be about Floyd Mayweather. Okay. Well, Floyd Mayweather has offered to train Anthony Joshua, saying that Joshua losing to Usyk was not an upset. Okay. Usyk is a hell of a fighter. You know that Joshua sticking with his amateur coach isn't a good move. Okay, because amateur coaches, they can only teach you what they know. Okay, you got to get professional coaches. But I mean, Rob McCracken took Joshua from the amateur to a world champion and unified champion, so I think there's nothing wrong with that. But Joshua could have added someone more of experienced American trainer to his team. But anyway, could have, would have, should have. No, that's where we are right now. But Lamar is saying, listen, he believes that Joshua can beat Usyk only if he gets a re-trainer. And he believes he can be the one to train Joshua, to take him to that level. What do you make of this, Adewale? If we take on this.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. Floyd Mayweather. You know what? Floyd is extremely talented, right? And he definitely has what he can show AJ. I believe strongly that AJ has outgrown Rob McCracken. That's what I believe. McCracken cannot take AJ to get a victory against Alexander Usyk. I just don't see it happening. I might be wrong, but it's not happening, bro. In my opinion, AJ needs to add something else to that team. And if it's Floyd Mayweather, I will definitely be more confident that something good will come out of it. But if AJ keeps to Rob McCracken, then no, that's not going to be good, man. Meanwhile, on the other side, I'm not going to take it too seriously. And the reason I say this is that I believe, because I did not watch the interview, I did not read the article, but I believe that Floyd Mayweather was randomly asked by an interviewer about his opinion on training AJ. And then he said what he said. So it wasn't like Floyd was going out of his way to give those opinions. So it's really just conversations that would have us boxing fans talking about, what is potentially going to happen next. But all in all, I would like to see AJ at least add someone, a real professional coach, not a Rob McCracken, bro. Rob McCracken was only successful with AJ because AJ has natural skills and talents. AJ's physical size, his physical strength were the things that took him as far as it did, with a little bit of sprinkling what McCracken taught him. I do not believe personally that McCracken really had any impact that made AJ defeat Vladimir Klitschko, or that made AJ come back from the defeat from Andy Ruiz. I don't think so. I believe it was AJ's sheer grit, his determination, and his heart. That's what pushed him as far as it did. So now he's about 32 years old. I mean, you're getting to that point in your career where it's gonna be difficult learning new stuff, but it's still possible. So I would rather see AJ, yeah, get someone, even if it's Floyd Mayweather or one of those guys that he visited while he was in the US. I believe he was shopping for a new coach, whatever. He needs to get one of those guys into his corner, put McCracken on the side, okay? Make McCracken your assistant coach, all right? And then we can see what happens. Floyd will definitely be a good impact. And I'm going to say one last thing about Floyd before going. I used to watch some Mayweather fights, fighting against guys that are power punchers, aggressive power punchers. And you'd see these guys trying to walk Mayweather down. But Mayweather was so skilled that he knew how to defend you walking him down, being aggressive. I also seen Gervonta Tank Davis implement the same style against taller fighters, especially against Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios at some point in the fight was being aggressive, coming forward, throwing multiple punches, and then the same exact technique that Mayweather uses to back up taller, aggressive fighters was what Tank did. And I recognized it once I said Tank make that move. I can't really describe it. It's like you're coming forward and this man stands his ground. He pushes you back and steps forward right while you're going backwards. It's a very good technique that works because it keeps you off your balance, and before you reset being aggressive again, my guy has already landed some punches on you. So Floyd Mayweather will definitely have some sort of positive impact on AJ if they were to collaborate.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate your take on this. Let's grab another one here. Ty Ajagbe to give his take.
Good take, Adeole. You know what? People will say, AJ's bringing Floyd Mayweather in. We'll try to find a way to clown AJ in one way or another. Hey, but let's not forget who brought in Usyk's father for the help of to help him win the fight with AJ. It just tells me AJ is more talented than people say he's not. You know what I'm saying? So if Usyk didn't need help beating AJ, why did he bring Papachenko into his training camp to help him figure out a plan to beat AJ? So that means AJ's that talented and that more stronger and that more powerful. So Usyk had to bring in extra help. Correct. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that at all. So now it's AJ's turn to bring in the help. Who is going to be the help now is what I'm trying to figure out. Can it be Floyd Mayweather to bring AJ to where he needs to be, right? Because as of right now, everybody's been saying it. You can't bring the coach that you used in the amateurs into the professional game, or you can't continue using him, or you can't continue without bringing somebody else in there because everybody that's outside of your team has seen the way you can fight. They've seen what you could do. They've seen what your weaknesses are. And you need to bring in a fresh pair of eyes. Not somebody who's going to kiss your ass and be like, no, don't worry, you're doing good. You know, you need to bring in a fresh pair of eyes that will tell you the truth is what Anthony Joshua needs. If he doesn't bring in that fresh pair of eyes, you're going to get the same old song and dance from your team, your personal team in general, and the people around you. Listen, the people around AJ, they love AJ. Yes, that's true. They want to see him do the best. You know, it's the same thing. You love a family member, but, you know, you're afraid to hurt his feelings. You're afraid to do that. But there's always going to be people like that who won't tell you because they love you that much. But this is the time where you got to go outside and ask somebody else, hey, what do you think of this? Because you'll always get that one person that will tell you straight up the truth. You'll always get that person. And that's what AJ needs. He needs somebody who's going to be like, hey, man, listen, you're doing this pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Can he be great? Oh, absolutely. That brother can be great. Like Adewale said, the guy has natural talent. But if he can't really use that natural talent that he's for some reason or the other, he's not that, he can't use it. He needs to bring in that fresh pair of eyes who's going to help him use it. As long as I've known AJ, he doesn't know how to use his size for some reason or the other. He doesn't know how to use it. And he doesn't know how to use his other natural talents either. I don't know why. But if he could bring in somebody, he has the ability to learn. He has the ability to do things. Because let's be honest, AJ is a guy that goes in there and sticks to the game plan. Which is very hard to do. Sticking to a game plan in boxing is hard to do. He's a guy, I have to give that to him. I have to give that to him. He goes in there and sticks to a game plan and does not deviate from that game plan. I have to give that to him. So it tells me he's able to learn and able to learn and adapt when he's mentally and readily prepared for those kind of things. But as of right now, he's not ready and he's looking. There's a lot of coaches that are offered that offered it help. There's nothing wrong with bringing Mayweather in to analyze what he can do, what my natural attributes are, and what I can do going into this next fight. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that in bringing those fresh new faces. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's knowing when you want to be great and knowing that your limit and you surpassing your limit with the help of others and not with the same old people. Can AJ be great? I think he can be great, but if he sticks to the same old routine and if he cares about hurting people's feelings, at the end of the day, you're hurting yourself more than you're hurting them, because at the end of the day, you're in that ring alone and you alone. I don't care what nobody says. You're in that ring alone, and the hard work that you did at the end of it is what's going to pay off if you're prepared or not. But let's see what happens if he's going to sign. If he's going to request Mayweather to give him some assistance, or so many things. You have the ability to do it. You have the financial means to do it. If Mayweather's requesting some money, it's up to you. You want to be great. You want to protect your legacy. It's up to you what you're gonna do. So, all eyes on AJ, man. Everybody's still waiting. Like I said, I'm gonna stick with the captain until the ship sinks, regardless of who he is. So. Let's wait and see what happens, man.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate your take on this, guys. You heard it from our brothers Tajagbe and Adewale. Stay tuned for more exclusive bangers right here on BBC. Now let's get to the next subject for sure. Tyson, the Gypsy Coward Fury. Tyson, the Gypsy Coward Fury, said some disrespectful shit today. Oh. Am I supposed to read that? Oh, some disrespectful stuff today regarding Anthony Joshua. It was not very pleasing, okay? Hearing it. I think Fury should be professional, but Fury has a song for Anthony Joshua. He composed a new song. He sang the song last night alongside his fans, okay? Very, very funny right here.
AJ is a pussy. AJ is a pussy. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Oh, AJ is a pussy. AJ is a pussy. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Well, how disrespectful is that, bro? To be calling AJ a PUSSY. Let's go around here. Diwali to analyze it, bro.
Hey, bro, man. I don't. Honestly, when you said the Gypsy Coward, bro, I laughed so hard, man. That was so funny. I might sound a little bit non-conventional. Let me put it that way, because I used to hate Tyson Fury with a passion, but that guy beat up my guy. So I have no choice but to have respect for you, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I also consider Tyson Fury to be a very good singer. I tell you, man, this guy goes into fights, he beats up an opponent, and then he sings, man. This guy grabs the microphone in the post-fight interview, and he's singing a song, and the crowd is dancing and singing along. Man, this guy is entertaining, man. I have to give him respect for having that personality that makes him very.
Adewale. How many
Bro,
how many times did I call you? 3 times, right?
Yo, I'm not mad at Tyson, man.
Adewale, the so-called gentle guy, the so-called responsible guy, the so-called I'm all about my boxing stuff, and he carries himself. He carries himself as a professional. Calling a fellow fighter a PUSSY, I think he's unprofessional, bro. That's why I called him a coward. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter, but that's some coward shit right there, bro.
Yo, me personally, one of the things I enjoy about boxing is trash talk. When these guys are trash talking each other, I love it, man.
But
trash talk the hell out of you, man. But back it up.
Wait, trash talking somebody you're not fighting next? Like, I don't understand it,
bro.
Like,
I mean, you have a good point there. You have a very good point because we all remember what happened.
This is pure hate, bro. This is not trash talking. You know, if they were supposed to fight next, if they were going to fight next, then I would understand it. But they're not fighting next, bro.
But Fury, you know what I also
Fury
think?
doesn't even have an opponent yet. He refused to fight Dillian White. He refused to fight John Joyce.
But honestly, if you think about it, right, it's just the way Tyson Fury sees AJ with his lack of performance. Listen, they were supposed to go into this big fight. All he had to do was get past Usyk, but it didn't happen. And they looked at him like, what kind of game plan was that? That's kind of, you fought like a pussy, man. You know, he didn't really want to engage that much. So that's just the way he sees it, and he has to eat that.
But Ty, you know what I also think? I kind of understand where Ray is coming from in this conversation. The thing is, Tyson Fury fucked up the AJ fight. He actually did. You know, he was lying to the entire world. Oh man, I'm gonna sign the contract. I'm not fighting the bronze dosser. I'm not fighting Wilder. The contract expired, and we all saw what happened eventually. He was lying to us all. So for that reason, I understand why anybody can be upset at Tyson. But at the same time, man, as much as I disliked Eddie Hearn for the longest time, I actually did. I had no love for Eddie. But these days, I'm beginning to like him again. So I realized that boxing is a game that is so fickle. We, the fans, are extremely fickle. We let it go after a while. After a while, someone that disappoints you, whether it's the fighter, the promoters, you let it go after a while, especially if they've done something impressive. So even as much as people criticize, let me give an example, Canelo. A lot of people are saying, oh, Canelo is ducking this guy, he's ducking that guy. Bro, at the end of the day, man, in 10 years' time, people are going to look at Canelo like a legend because he has done a lot in his career, period. So me, I'm just going to let it go. I'm enjoying the games, the mind games that Tyson Fury is playing. I understand he's going below the belt. I mean, going into an arena, having everybody singing along, hey, AJ easy. Man, bro, if that's what they do out there, if those guys are all getting drunk, Tyson Fury is the kind of weird guy that he goes into a bar, he buys everybody, I'm going to buy everybody a pint of Guinness. I'm going to buy everybody a bottle of Stella. We're all going to get drunk. That's Tyson Fury. The guy is a madman. He's a madman. This guy was like, I drank 2 pints of Guinness. I drank 2 pints of beer before beating Wilder the 3rd time. Bro, the guy is insane, man.
I hate that.
This man is insane. But I enjoy it to an extent. When he does all that ducking and lying and all that stuff, I don't like it, without a doubt. But, I'm just going to let it go, man. I'll let you guys talk.
Well, Tajagbe, want to add something to it, bro?
Bro, man, Tyson, everybody's been making fun of AJ, and I have to keep my mouth shut because I have to let it go. I have to bite my tongue and let them talk shit, especially Tyson Fury fans, man. I can't really talk shit about that guy. I can't really talk shit. Every day I wake up, I see something new with this guy. It's annoying when he says he drinks a pint before a fight. Shut the fuck up. You didn't drink a pint before you fought Wilder, so shut up. Excuse my language, but I cannot stand that kind of crap.
The same Fury that lied to the world that, hey, the Wilder Fury first fight, the pauses, he gave it to charity. We still haven't heard shit from any charity organization that, Fury gave us this amount of money or so. bro.
Boamit, the same Boamit Tyson Fury.
Bro, I'm not knocking Fury as a fighter. I think he's a very good fighter, no doubt about it. Okay, but he's also a coward. Because the guy lies daily. Okay, he contradicts himself a lot of times. This guy, he can easily write a book about Tyson Fury contradicting himself. Him and his father, John Fury. Like, you can easily write a book about them. Okay, let's just write a book about the family.
What's going on, boys?
So this is what I would say right now. So calling Joshua a PUSSY,
Yes, sir.
I think that is really, really bad right here. My Joe, comment real quick before we end this one. Fury calling Joshua the P word. What do you make of it, bro?
Fury is on a high, man. He's on a high right now. I tell ya. Listen, one thing I can say to you guys though is that Fury going into that Wilder third fight, I can tell you now that Fury wasn't 100% confident that he was going to beat Wilder. I'm telling you, because I think Wilder did scare him a little bit in that third fight. I'm talking about the build-up. Wilder was determined. Wilder looked like a monster. Fury I would say that he was a little bit scared. And if you see how he approached that third fight in the first round, Fury didn't know exactly what to do. I think that the mistake that Wilder made though was that he reviewed his game plan way too early in the fight. Literally. As soon as the bell rang, Wilder started going to the body. And Fury kind of waited and waited and waited. I'm like, okay, this is what you want to do for the whole of this fight. I think that Wilder should have played with him a little bit first. Maybe the first 2 rounds before going to the body. I think it was too obvious what he was going to do. But I still give it to him. He beat Wilder. Calling Joshua the P word, Joshua is not. See, when you keep fighting the best, one day you're going to run into someone who is going to have your number. Sorry, I'm breathing a little bit because I'm in the gym. So anyway, one day you're going to run into someone who is going to have your number. Ade, I know that your respect for Fury has gone up a little bit. Yes, I respect him as well, but he's not the best of this era. And why do I say that? You have not fought all the best of this era yet. So we can't call you the best of this era by simply beating Wilder twice and beating Klitschko, is it 3-4 years ago now? That's not what qualifies you as the best. You have not fought the top 5, top 10 of this era. Until you actually fight at least 3 of them, then we can say, wow, this guy is something else. As far as I'm concerned, I have watched that fight over and over and over again. It was a great fight. It was all of that. But when you look at that fight technically, Fury that night will not beat Usyk. The Fury that beat Wilder that night, I am telling you now, Usyk is probably going to knock him out, technical knockout. I am telling you, because even in that fight, Fury was done. He was tired, but it didn't look obvious because Wilder himself was extremely tired. Okay, but a guy like Usyk that will give Fury so much problems, As a matter of fact, I think people will find this controversial, but the only guy that I see that actually gives Usyk a big problem is Wilder. Remember this whole thing of styles makes fight and blah blah blah. I think Wilder fighting Usyk, what he's going to do is he's going to wait until he catches him. That's what he's going to do to him. He's going to wait, and he's just going to catch him. But going into a boxing match against Usyk, a guy like Fury, for me, the Fury I saw that night is not going to beat Usyk, and that is the truth. So calling AJ the P word, calling him a poo, you know what I mean? Anyway, I don't want to say it. You can't call the man the P word because the man, yes, he wasn't at his best that night. He got his game plan wrong, but the guy has been fighting at least almost everybody. He has tried, man. That night, he didn't really show up, but at least he has been fighting those guys. He has fight Parker. He has fight Dylan White. He has fought Parker. He has fought Dillian White. He has fought Andy Ruiz. He has, come on now. You don't fight one person or two people and call yourself the best. No, you should be the one that we should call the P word, because you're trying to claim what you're not. You're trying to claim what you're not. Until you actually fight, yes, you fought Wilder, fine. Until you fight White, until you fight Joshua, until you fight Andy Ruiz,
Joe
until you
Joyce.
fight
He
Joe
already
Joyce,
done Joe Joyce, bro. You already ducked him.
until you fight Usyk, then I can say, and if you beat at least 3 or 4 of those guys, even if you lose here and there, but you still beat at least a number of them, then we can say, okay, maybe you're the best of this era. Why is everybody calling him the best of this era? Who has he fought now?
Who's calling him that? I'm not calling him that.
Well, also, a lot of people are calling him the best of this era.
No. He's not close.
Who has he fought?
You know what? I used to call him the best, but you make some great points that makes me rethink what my opinions, to be honest. But you can keep going.
Yeah, no, to be honest, it doesn't make sense to me, man. You can't tell me, okay, I'm just going to use this as an example, right? You're running a race, right? 100-meter race, like Usain Bolt when he was on top of the world. The reason why we called Usain Bolt the best was because Olympic after Olympic, he kept doing the same thing. So we can't call Usain Bolt the best by winning one competition or 2 competitions. And Usain Bolt actually ran against some of the best guys of his era. So we can't call Fury the best of this era in any way whatsoever.
And he beat them all.
And he beat them all. He beat them all. Yeah, a few times he came short, maybe second, third. But, at the end of the day, you cannot call this man the best of this era. He is not. Listen, for me, right now, we don't know the best of this era because those guys did not mix it up enough yet. Until they actually mix it up, until Deontay Wilder fights White, until White fights Ruiz, until Fury fights Joshua, until he fights Andy Ruiz, and then we see who performs better or who performs best out of all this mix-up, then we can say, all right, this is the best. But he's not the best, man. I'm sorry, he's not. Wilder is not the best either. Joshua is not the best. We don't know the best yet. They need to mix it up. If they're not mixing it up, all of them can literally kiss my backside, man. They really can, to be honest, including Joshua, my favorite. All of them. Joshua, Usyk, Wilder, they can really kiss my backside if they're not really going to mix it up. If they're not going to mix it up, no, it's the truth, brother. Because this whole thing is annoying. You guys are getting paid millions. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, they are warriors. They are this, they are that. Are they? Right now, if somebody pays you...
listen, I understand your point, but at least Joshua has fought a lot of guys, bro, compared to...
That's the only
Fury.
kudos that I give to Joshua. That at least the guy has fought... If you look at... The guy has fought most of the guys there. He has fought Ruiz. He has fought all those guys.
Look at it. Heavyweight rankings. Joshua opponents dominated.
Exactly, and he has beat most of them. So for me, I can't even call Joshua the best, but out of the lot right now, Joshua has got the best resume because at least he has been in there with most of these guys. But the rest, including Joshua anyway, in some way, they can kiss my backside, man. So there is no best of this era. Calling somebody the P word, you are really, Fury, you are the one that is a P because now you're trying to avoid Dillian White. Why are you trying to avoid the guy? Why are you trying to avoid Dillian White? I keep saying this. There is something Fury doesn't like about Dillian White. I am telling you. I have been saying this. There is something this guy sees in Dillian White that he doesn't like. In terms of he doesn't want to get into the ring with Dillian White. I'm telling you, he doesn't want to. I think that spar they had really affected Fury mentally. This guy knows how to go to the body. I don't care what people say about Dillian White's stamina, this and that. I think Dillian White is going to be a bad matchup for Fury. I think it's a bad matchup. And right now, Fury doesn't fight. He's not as elusive as he used to be. He can't go into war with Dillian White. He can't. The way he beats Dillian White is to go back to the way he used to box. And I don't think Fury 100% has that right now. I don't think he can 100% go back to the way he used to fight because his style has slightly changed. So for me, man, you can say whatever you want to say. You're calling someone a pussy. You're full of lies. Lies in Fury. Lies, that's his name, man. Lies in Fury. This guy that is full of absolute lies and absolute shite. You're calling someone a pussy. The same guy you're calling a pussy has been in there with killers. How many killers have you been in there with? How many? You fought Deontay Wilder. Yes, you've got
Wilder
Deontay
and
Wilder's
Klitschko.
number. And that's it. And that's
But
it.
you can't keep bringing. Listen, I've said this over and over again. You can't keep bringing Klitschko up. It's done and over with. Who else is
Exactly.
in there? It's just Wilder. Just let the Wilder Klitschko fight go. You have to
Klitschko, thank you, bro.
Wilder fight.
And he also dogged the rematch though against Klitschko. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that.
That is true. But if you look at the interview with I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go on, bro. Go on.
If you look at the interview with Frank Warren, it kind of sounds like they don't want to fight Dylan White. And
No, they don't. They don't.
Let's be honest, man.
They don't.
If Tyson Fury is his champ, as he said, he'll be welcoming all these fights. Like, okay, bring on Dylan White. I'm the champion. Bring him on. They don't have that mentality anymore. It's more like, let me fight somebody else. I'm gonna.
This is what they're doing.
Somebody else. It's stupid.
This is what they're doing. Yeah, they're being selective. They're looking at styles. They looked at Deontay Wilder's style. Remember, Fury said it himself. He said, "I chose you." They've looked at Deontay Wilder's styles. You see, this thing of styles make fights. It's so true. They've looked at his style and be like, you know what? Out of all the lot, this guy, Deontay Wilder, we think you can beat him because of your style is bad for Deontay Wilder. All right? But the rest of the guys, they don't want to go in there with them because they've seen the style and they're like, man, these other guys, man, their styles are bad for you, Fury. And because of that, they're not going in there. You get what I'm saying? So when people turn around and they want to create a narrative, this false fake narrative, you know, they just need to watch themselves, man. And even Fury himself needs to really watch himself with these bloody lies, man. To be honest with you, like Taya Jagge said, who has he fought apart from Wilder? Because if we want to look at Klitschko and we want to keep talking about Klitschko, Klitschko was the last of that era. And the Klitschko that fought Joshua seriously would have beaten Fury in the rematch because that Klitschko was determined. He was angry. That Klitschko would have knocked out Fury. But he didn't take the rematch. And that was the last era. We shouldn't be talking about that era now. Let's talk about now. In this era, who did he fight? He only fought Wilder, and that's it. Come on, man. This guy can kiss my backside. Seriously.
Thanks,
That's what I
brother.
gotta say.
I do appreciate your take on this, guys. You heard it from our brothers, Mile Joe, Adewale, and Tajagbe. We're about with some other bangers. Stay tuned for my soon back right, guys. So Micah Hunter fought Jerry Forrest last night to a draw, a split draw. Jerry Forrest, I didn't watch the fight live. I didn't even know the fight was was going on or something like that because I would have watched it though if I knew. Thriller, I mean, you know, we all watch fights every Saturday or Sunday night, something like that. It'll be weird. So Michael Hunter fought Jerry Forrest to a draw. Jerry Forrest, if you guys don't know who he is, he's fought the likes of Jangela E, Carlos Takam, Michael Hunter, Joshua Tufte, Jimmy Franklin, and so on and so forth. And he fought Michael Hunter to a draw, and looks like he won that fight as well. He landed more accurate punches according to the stats, and we also heard that Michael Hunter puked in round 6 in his corner. Looks like Michael Hunter is no longer like inactivity and fighting a couple of bombs has taken away his his shine. So let's go on here. Adewale to analyze this fight right here. Adewale, what do you make of the Jerry Forrest Michael Hunter fight? Should Michael Hunter have lost? Because it's so funny that though in the modern boxing structure, if you are the challenger, meaning the B side, and you fight the A side to a split draw, it means you won the fight. That's the fact. So Jerry Forrest got robbed, I must say. Adewale.
Yeah, first off, I did not even watch that fight, but I read articles about the fight, and the same thing that you just said is what I seen in the articles that Jerry Forrest lost, and then
You mean
in the group chat
Michael Hunter lost?
that that Michael Hunter lost. Sorry about that. And then in our conversation this morning in the group chat, we're talking about how Jerry Forrest went life and death against the Chinese guy with kidney problems,
Yeah.
Janjula. And Janjula has, I believe he has heart problems. He's not able to maintain his stamina, and still Jerry Forrest wasn't able to put him away. That fight ended up in a draw. So if Michael Hunter is struggling against a guy like that, the same Jerry Forrest struggled against someone else now. I can't remember.
Carlos
my
Takam.
good. Carlos Takam, yes. So I mean, these are guys that are not. These are no disrespect to these fighters, okay? They all will knock me out in 30 seconds. I stand no chance against these guys, no doubt. But they are C-class fighters. Let's keep it real. Carlos Takam back in the days was B plus, I would say, maybe A minus. No, B plus. Janjule is C plus. So if Michael Hunter is struggling against a guy that went life and death with C plus fighters, that is a problem. I like Michael Hunter though. I like the way he's confident.
Bro,
he's always talking about.
He's also ballooned up, bro. Look at his shape right here. It's not in a good, bro. Also, like, is it trying to gain more weight or what? Like, I just don't get it.
You
bro.
know what? You know what I think? You know what I think? If you move up from cruiserweight to heavyweight division, and the incentive for you is now I can eat all the burgers, now I can drink beer, now I can live any kind of life that I want. As far as I'm able to go 12 rounds and I'm able to maintain my boxing skills, I can throw that nice left hook on the punching bag, I can throw the combinations with my trainer, then I'm good. But I feel like it's a dangerous mindset. You look at a guy like one of the most professional fighters of this era, Alexander Usyk. Usyk also moved up to heavyweight division, but he stayed around 220, 218, 215 in all his fights in the heavyweight division because he's smart. Alexander Usyk is smart. But I'm not even sure what Michael Hunter weighed in. If anybody knows, you can let me know. I just feel like, man, he's not a natural heavyweight. Unfortunately, cruiserweight division has never been popping. So everybody in cruiserweight dreams of going to the heavyweight division where they stand to make more money, where they stand to get more fame, and have the best of their career. So all in all, it's crazy. It's sad that Michael Hunter had such a performance. But I'll give him the benefit of doubt. Eventually, I'm going to try to watch that fight today. Then I'll come up with my own personal opinions. But at the same time, I'm not going to throw Michael Hunter under the bus because I like his confidence. I like the fact that this guy was trash-talking everybody. He trash-talked Fury, Joshua, Wilder, White, and I kind of believed him. I was even telling people that, I don't really like Dillian White, right? So I was telling people from my emotional side that, man, Michael Hunter sleeps Dillian White. Dillian White's the bum. But in real life, that's probably not going to happen, So we'll see. Let me hear what other people have to say.
Thanks, brother. Let's go down here, Ty Ajagbe.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. This guy's been hitting everything on the head, man. He's right. Listen, let me just say, it's funny how these guys, they probably trash talk people, but they end up getting beat themselves. Maybe it's karma. You'll never know. But unfortunately, karma caught up with Michael Hunter last night, and a very bad karma too. Maybe he underestimated Jerry Forrest, thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna knock this guy out. I'm gonna take this guy out," And look what happened. I've said this long enough. Let's not. This is mainly for Michael Hunter, and I'm not gonna try to, hurt his feelings this bad. You fight a tomato can long enough, you're gonna become one. You don't take your opponent seriously, he's gonna become a serious problem for you in the ring. Michael Hunter, the way he's been fighting as of late, has been very bad. His opponents has been very, very lackluster and mediocre. His last opponent, I was like, who the fuck is he fighting? Yo, yeah, he's been fighting worse opponents than than these up and coming fighters they fight. So you're calling yourself the best of the best, but first of all, your resume doesn't prove that, and the people that you've been fighting doesn't prove that. And I guess Jared Forrest is supposed to give you a confident boost, but the way you looked physically, the way you looked in that ring, looked like crap. I have to say, man, Jerry Forrest is a guy I believe if I'm not mistaken, was a replacement for Jarrell Miller. Even with that, people I thought Jerry Forrest was going to give Takam a good fight, and actually beat him on points. But no, man, he didn't do that, man. Takam was one who was able to take that fight away and steal it. But then I'm looking at, okay, Jerry Forrest against Zhang Zhilei. Bro, Jerry Forrest went life and death with Zhang Zhilei, somebody who had, I'm not sure if it was a heart or kidney problems. I can't remember. But that guy looked like he got dropped by Zhang Zhilei, who definitely has power, but he got dropped like three, 4 times. But Jerry Forrest got up anyways. The same Jerry Forrest, who's been caught in the past with, actually I'm wrong about this one. No. So, but yeah, the same Jerry Forrest who now went in there with Michael Hunter, and Michael Hunter wasn't able to do nothing with. So it tells me it's either Michael Hunter's too confident, or he thinks he's better than everybody else, or he's not doing everything correctly. And then if you look at it again, he went to Povetkin, a very old Povetkin at that, and went and got in a draw with him. He said Joshua was not the best, but Joshua was able to knock out Povetkin. So are you telling is either Povetkin is either Joshua's good or Povetkin is bad, or Povetkin is good and Joshua's good, but you can't have your cake and eat it too, because it doesn't make sense. You can't belittle one opponent and then you get a draw with the guy he beat and say the opponent, the future opponent you might possibly face is bad. It doesn't make sense to me. So it kind of seems like the way Hunter's fighting, I don't think he's really that much of a threat. Now that I'm thinking about it, did he actually duck Filip Hrgović for a reason? Did he actually duck Filip Hrgović? Is Michael Hunter actually better in the cruiserweight division than he is in the heavyweight division? Because the heavyweight division, there's a big difference. Scales do matter, and the weight do matter. And it kind of seems like Michael Hunter, the way he's been putting on his weight is kind of wrong, But I'll give, like Adewale said, he was going to give him the benefit of a doubt. So I'm going to give him the benefit of a doubt, say he just had a bad day in the office. Because Jerry Forrest, that's a guy that I think he's a joke. He's a jokester, But let's see. That's where I'm going to end it, man.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate your take on this, guys. You heard it from our brothers Adewale and Jagbo. Stay tuned for Mesut right here, and God bless you all.
Yeah, I think Mario Joe's still here, man.
Mario Joe is here, bro.
Oh, I thought he's already got left. Oh, anyway, Mario Joe, you guys, you hold on. We've got to talk about our brother Mike Balogun very soon. So you guys, you hold on. I want to say big ups to each and every one of you for watching. Those of you watching live, and God bless you all for now.